Hello, another podcast episode. And of all things, I actually want to talk about Legend of Zelda. Let's talk about something fun for once. Well, the thing is that I actually saw today where somebody who worked for the franchise or is still working for the franchise said that the movie, he better not talk. Okay, now the movie is still going, they're still filming and everything. And I'm like, dear Lord, are we still on this? I saw a couple of things circulate on social media, and it's like the Legend of Zelda fans are going nuts. And I'm like, okay, obviously, these people have not played the game. Oh my gosh. It doesn't matter what game it is. He talks. He t it's not just the 1989 TV show or the CDI awful game that we try to forget. No, are you serious? I swear this is one of those myths that the fans have latched on to, and it's like somebody dropped it in and it's like, yeah, he's a mute. And people have just continued with that. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this. That I have seen fights, absolute fights over this. And it's like, I, okay, and you know what you could do is remember actually playing the game? Because again, disregard the the 1989 show. Okay, yes, he does say, "Well, excuse me, princess." You know, we get it, the iconic line, all right? We get that. And yes, there is that like early 90s CD. Again, we try to forget that. But have you not played the games? I actually saw someone say that he is a mute in Breath of the Wild. No, he isn't. Okay, I've I've played Breath of the Wild like 6 or 7 times, more than that, I'm sure. Because right now I'm trying to get through Tears of the Kingdom. I've just been really busy. But this is the thing, is that you have options. Okay, I swear to God, are you really this damn stupid? Okay, because you have to communicate with the characters in order to get through the game, okay? Especially when in the game, there's a point where the water temple is flooding the water city, okay? And Prince Sidon, you have to talk to him, and he's like such a big fanboy for Link. And so he and Link are communicating. The king is talking to Link. And so it's like this three-way of talking with Link to save because again, it's flooding. And are you stupid? You are given options in the game, and this has gone back to Link from the past, okay? Where you have options for these characters, okay? The non-playable characters, you have options on what to say. He's not mute. In fact, there are points where he moves he's making movements. He's obviously he talks with his hands like a lot of us do. And to show the fact that he's actually talking to these people. Okay? I I don't understand how that is lost. Okay? And like especially with the kids in Breath of the Wild. There are two little girls in Kakariko Village, and one of them likes to cook. And she's not having it with Link. Okay, she's very serious about cooking, and If you lie to her that you do not have the cooking supply, she calls you out on the fact that you just lied to her. Now, there are other of these non-playable characters that will say the same thing. It's like, why did you just lie to me, Link? He talks. Okay? He he absolutely talks. That little girl's sister loves to play games. She loves to play hide and seek. And so you go and you run and you play and you try to find her. Okay? And she will actually call you out for if you actually forget or you just don't look for her, she'll call you out because you waited. She was waiting so long. Okay? I've been here waiting, sir. People will talk about how they are such they are hardcore fans of Legend of Zelda, and it's like you say shit like this. It's like now again, I haven't played every single game. I haven't played Minish Cap. Uh, I thought that Linebeck was introduced in Phantom Hourglass because I had never seen him before, but that's not true. Wind Waker is, I guess, when you first see him, and I haven't played that one. And but holy shit, people, he talks. Okay. Now in the first two games, okay, the first one, I mean, basically, it's this kid that's wandering around and the adults are telling him what to do. So basically, it's it's instructions, okay? It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Buy something, will you? You need to go over here, So Impa shows up and tells him where to go. And so that's the first game. And then in the second game, it's pretty much the same thing. I am error guy shows up. If all else fails, use fire. It's like, don't don't take his instructions. But pretty much, I mean, the first two games, that's what it was. It was pretty much instructing you on where to go and what to do. The candle is over here. This is over here. This is what you should do. This is where the boss is. But then by Link to the Past, there were more characters and that kind of thing. Yeah, and you got more in your inventory as well. Okay? He communicated. He had more of a personality by then. This, honestly, I'm not sure where this happened, that it was the idea that he is mute. Now, he's the strong silent type. The fact that he doesn't talk that much, I okay, he's a soldier. Okay, he's. Do you want him blabbing all over creation? He's supposed to be protecting the princess. He knows what his job is. And there you go. And even Zelda in Breath of the Wild, if memory serves, when he's looking, yeah, he reads her diary, and he reads everybody's diary because there was the cook's diary as well that he was reading. But he tends to be a nosy Nancy sometimes. But when he was reading that, and even then there was the option where it says you shouldn't really read it. But when you do read it, and she is talking about how I don't understand why he's so quiet. And she would try to get him to talk. And even people in the comment sections were saying that she was able to get him to talk when he was cooking. You know, I'm sorry, but that one why would he talk to her after she tried to get him to eat a frog? There is that. Yeah, there's a cut screen where she was like, there's these frogs that you could eat and then it would give you all the strength that you need. And he's like backing away. I would too, Link. I would too. So, but I mean, the fact that when you're strengthening your clothes, you talk to those women and the big fairies. I'm losing my voice. I'm sorry. That's not attractive to hear. But yeah, so you talk to the fairies when you have stuff that will strengthen your clothes in Breath of the Wild. And even then in Ocarina of Time, I mean, there's that one point in desert in the Gerudo or desert, and you talk to that one lady that wants to go in, and you go back, change into a kid, come over, and you go through that whole, yeah, because she's actually a sage. You talk to the sages. You talk to Sheik. But no, he's a damn mute. What the hell? Oh yeah, you really know these games. The fact that the one guy, what's his name? The shyster guy that talked to Ganon, um, over at Lon Lon Ranch. Yeah. Sure. Sure. Seriously. I could keep going with these games. Again, I haven't played all of them, but the fact of the matter is that the ones that I have played, he's communicating. I mean, even in Link Between Worlds, he actually talks to the bad guy, the evil painter guy. Link talks to him. And it just pisses him off more, and that's why Link ends up being between worlds. It just, he just can't stand it. Come on. Absolutely come on. And in Ocarina of Time, those kids in uh the forest, the forest kids, Navi's talking to him all the time. I mean, if Navi didn't talk to him, then we wouldn't have a game. The Deco Tree talked to him and is like, come inside. That first boss that you played is because the Deku Tree talked to him. But yeah, he's a damn mute. I, I can't with this. This is a case, again, like I said before, I'm repeating myself and I know it, but it's a case of something was dropped, this idea that he's a mute. No, he's a strong silent type. He knows what his job is, and he's not going to go blabbing all over creation. Hey guys, guess what? I'm protecting the princess. Guess what? I'm the princess protector. Yeah. What the hell? He's- And it even bothers Princess Zelda because that's what she writes about in her diary in Breath of the Wild. Okay? If you actually walked through all of that, my brother hates it when I do that. I search every little detail of every little game, and he just goes straight for the mission that you're supposed to do. And then he'll be watching me play a game, and he's like, well, when did that show up? It's always been there, bud. I don't remember seeing that. That's because you don't search, you don't search the side quests. The only thing you do is you do the fishing because everybody knows about the fishing. And when it's Link Between Worlds, they do the baseball, the Octorok, the Octorok baseball or whatever it is. Yeah, that little guy, he will talk tough. He does. He's so adorable. He shouldn't be so adorable. It's a crime that he's so adorable. He's he really is. But but yeah, in Link to the Past and in those, you talk to the mage and those people. Yeah, I think it's Link Between Worlds where you have to talk to a mage and you have to find his son and in the other worlds to get the crystals and all of that stuff. Again, and in Twilight Princess it was the same thing. Okay? The mayor of Kakariko sent you over to Castletown, and that's how oh my gosh, why? He, like she says in Singing in the Rain. Well, of course we talk. Don't everybody? If in Breath of the Wild, if Link did not communicate with the king of the of Waterworld, basically, it would have flooded. It would have absolutely flooded if he did not communicate with Sidon to do that particular mission. Nothing would have happened. You had to work with together with Sidon in order to finish that mission and get that first boss, or it's not exactly the first, there's no order to it. I usually do that one first. But yeah, you had to work with Sidon, you had to communicate with Sidon in order to get all that to work. Okay? That was the point. Just like with Rivali in the other side on the other side. Okay. Yeah, that self-centered bird, the Birdman of Alcatraz. But that's a whole other thing, Bonnet. That's a different thing. But yeah, I mean Rivali is very self-centered and everything, but you ended up having to communicate in order to take down that particular boss. Okay? Again, he had to communicate with these he did. He communicated. Okay? In order to save Hyrule, he had to communicate with everyone around him, with these non-playable characters. All right? The time that Ravelli was playable was in that Champions game, and which I'm not doing so well on that one. No, some of those shouldn't be playable characters, and that no, like the Great Fairies. I hated playing those characters. Absolutely. That's a whole other thing. I mean, so basically in closing, he talks. I'm not sure why people are going to die on this hill of that. Well, he doesn't talk. He's a mute. Obviously, you didn't play the games, okay? For a group of people that seem to think that that the franchise started with Ocarina of Time, even in Ocarina of Time, he communicated with everybody. As soon as he received Navi, there was communication, okay? Because she talked to him, went to the Deku Tree, he learned his backstory, and then he went in to the. What? Like I said with the other two, look, again, I have said before on this channel, I'm old as hell. I was 4 years old when the first game came out, okay? And those first two games were basically instructions, okay? All the adults were telling Link where to go in the first game back 40 years ago. Buy something, will ya? Go over to this place. Go to the graveyard. Go this place. Go that way. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this, you know. And then the second one, I Am Air guy would show up and say whatever he wanted. And then it would be like instructions would pop up and, basically tell him what temple to go to. That kind of thing. And then by Link to the Past, you know, our beloved pink hair Link, it had more of a story. Okay, it starts off with the uncle, little dark, the uncle is injured and tells him, "Well, this is your destiny," and 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 then tells him you need to do this, and then the uncle dies. Yeah, and uh, and then he goes and he saves Zelda, and and then it goes on to the adventure that way. Okay. But he talked to Zelda. He full blown talked to Zelda. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's, yeah, they got out of the catacombs just fine. Yeah. Um, and then you just keep going, Ocarina of Time, of course, being the revolutionary 3D game that it had, that we got and everything. And but again, communication, as I've said before, I mean, he talked to what was her name, Marin, who was waiting for her dad to come back to Lon Lon Ranch, and he found the dad. Everything. Even Princess Rudo, he pretty much communicated that no, we're not having that. I'm not your husband. No, you're weird. I mean, everything in every game. Again, I haven't played every single game. I haven't played Minish Cap. I haven't played Wind Wind Waker. I haven't played there's a few others. I did play the Oracle games. I really wish that the Oracle games were put on like the Switch. That's what they need to do. They need to put those on the Switch. I would buy those in an instant. I loved those games. But but I really don't understand why it's this whole thing of because again, in Breath of the Wild, especially the kids, they will call Link out when he lies to him. That little girl um who likes to cook, if you don't give her the cooking supplies, she's like, "Why did you lie to me, Link?" It's like, "Oh man, I love communicating with the people." The only thing, of course, everybody was saying is how come we can't carry the dogs around like we did in Twilight Princess? And I agree. I thought that we were going to be able to do that in Tears of the Kingdom. Why did you lie to us, Nintendo? I was so excited, and then it was like, wait, where's that feature? That's that's not fair. Why would you? But yeah, I really do not I mean, I could say it till the cows come home, really, but the truth of the matter is that in every village that they have, and even when you go in and you talk to the people in the little stables and everything, you have these little backstories that you find out. The kids love Link, because he's finding bugs for them and everything else. And that was the thing in Twilight Princess was you had that what was her name? Abigail, I think was her name, and the bug collector. I don't remember her exact name, but she had Link finding all these bugs and everything. And the Goron kids absolutely love Link. And I think so he talks. So basically, and in a couple of the games, he's moving he talks with his hands, obviously. He's showing that he's exaggerated talking. I do that a lot of times. You see it in my videos. I do that quite a bit. So I'm not sure where this representative who worked on Majora's Mask or whatever game it was that he worked with has the idea that that Link has this Little Mermaid complex. Of course, Little Mermaid being mute in the story. Because no, no. Again, even when you look at the diary of her, she's trying to push him to talk, and it's like, no, that's not my job. My job is to just protect you. I don't need to talk to you. My job is to just keep you safe. Okay? And you see in some of the cut scenes where she's trying really hard to talk to him, and it's like, no, that's not what my job is right now. My job is to keep. So, anyway, wanted to talk this out because I'm just getting frustrated. Do these people really play the game? Are they? Come on now. Maybe you should play it a little bit more. Maybe do like what I do, which annoys my brother to no end, and actually go around and play, do the little side quests. Get to know the little girls in Kakariko Village. Let them call you out. Go into the stores. Okay, that old woman that actually talks about, when you're giving her stuff, then she will talk to you some. Yeah, she does. She talks to you. Again, my brother hates it when I do this, but I don't care. I enjoy getting to know all the different things about the game. Just like and then I'll close up. In Link to the Past, okay, there's the guy that you see that has the Pegasus boots. And when you finally get the Pegasus boots, you find out that he's a known thief. He's like, well, I didn't know what I had. And I remember the first time I was like, sure, bud. Sure you didn't know what you had. Anyway, I'll close up here.